Thousands of hopeful candidates fail Royal Marine selection every single year. I'm going to give you some tips on how to be one of the few that makes it through. Having helped loads of people get ready for the Royal Marines, I see a difference in those who are successful in getting into training and getting the Green Berets and those who aren't. And I think one of the biggest things is people getting ready who fail aren't training specifically, or they're not training hard enough, or they're not fully dedicated to the journey of getting ready for the Royal Marines. It's really easy to sit there while you're watching Saving Private Ryan with your mates saying, right, I'm going to be a Royal Marines Commando, putting it on your Instagram, telling all your friends down the pub, telling your missus and your family and that. But actually, come Monday morning at 5 a.m, are you actually going to get up, put the work in, get your trainers on, go out, do the runs, do your press-ups, your sit-ups, your pull-ups, your burpees, or are you going to just mug it off and stay in bed? Everyone loves talking about it, but very few are willing to actually put the full work in needed. So let's talk about what's needed. So in order to earn the right to do high-intensity training, you need to build a good aerobic base to begin with. So we're talking about longer, slower runs, gradually building up your aerobic base in order to have the potential to do higher intensity training. It's really important, and this process takes a long period of time. Now, many candidates come from good sporting backgrounds, whether they've been in football academies, rugby academies, or a high level of sport at school, but many don't. And so it's important for those who don't that they take a long period of time building this capacity. Coupled with aerobic capacity, there's a high emphasis on body weight training within the Royal Marines. So you need to really make sure that you're on top of your press-ups, sit-ups, squats, burpees, pull-ups. Anything that involves body weight training, you're going to be absolutely nailed on. Within training, these will be used as thrashings. So not only will you be doing your physical training sessions every single day, you'll also be doing a lot more on top of that. A lot of this will be running, press-ups, sit-ups as a punishment. When you consider that you're going to be completely sleep deprived, it's important that you've got a very good standard of body weight training so that when you are fatigued, you don't crumble. Once you've got a good base level of aerobic capacity and you're at a high level of body weight movements, it's now important to focus on specific training for your chosen role. When you look at the Royal Marines, they do a lot of load carries in the form of yomps. And so it's important that in your build-up for Royal Marines training, that you do get some form of weighted carries within you. Now, I think it's also important to emphasise that you don't go overboard with this too early and too quickly. So I'd always recommend candidates to gradually build up the distance and gradually build up the weight prior to training. Rope climb is going to be a staple exercise that you use within Royal Marines training. I don't recommend potential candidates to do rope climbs prior to joining, because you will be taught the correct way by Royal Marines PTIs. They have a specific way that's going to be safe for you to climb ropes. Bearing in mind you're going to be building up to 21 pounds on a rifle on bottom field with boots and thicker ropes, it's essential that you take their advice on how to train ropes correctly. However, there are movements that will give you adequate strength that will help enable you to learn the rope climbs quicker. These movements include strict pull-ups, pull-ups off a towel, hanging knees to chest, strict toes to bar, sit-ups with knees together, dead hangs, and eccentric pull-ups. Utilising these movements are going to give you a good solid baseline of strength that will help you when it comes to rope climbing. When it comes to the heavy yomping side of the Royal Marines, some great exercises to utilise are weighted step-ups, weighted lunges, the Stairmaster, split squats, and hiking. These exercises will help promote strong legs and a strong core for Royal Marines training. Nutrition is often overlooked by those getting ready for the military. However, using the analogy of putting diesel in a petrol engine is going to get bad results in a car, the same will happen with human performance when the wrong fuel is put in. So it's essential you learn about macros and calories for fueling your body correctly. A six-pack won't get you through Royal Marines training, but a strong, resilient mindset and the desire to succeed against all odds will.